I was actually quite surprised when I came here. They are doing pretty well. They have very solid businesses, are really straightforward solutions to real problems. And somehow it seems like they've been able to iterate throughout the week. And finally, today, we have some companies that might be investable, and who knows, they might grow really fast. As a Latin American, I'm really excited about what's happening in the region. There's a nascent entrepreneurial society, and we really have to understand that we are not in disadvantage with the rest of the world. There are really smart people working in all sorts of projects, going from software service to drones and satellites and devices to prevent cancer. There are those things happening in the region. Now, I think we need to get the best out of ourselves. We are very hardworking people. We are incredibly creative. But we have to remember that there are people like that everywhere in the world, and we cannot just think that we're better than them. We just need to play as hard as we can and keep going, be patient, collaborate with others, think global. Those are things that I've seen are more common in the new generations, and we just need to keep building upon that. There were some companies that sadly didn't make it, and they're not pitching today. But those need to remember that it's just a start, and the entrepreneurial life is such like this. You go try something out. If there's a market for it, if you can grow it, then fine, you might have a business. But in most cases, you will find that that's not true. So this is an invitation for them to keep going, keep iterating, learn as much as they can, and understand that sometimes the challenge is the business and finding something that can actually solve a problem at scale. But some other times, and I would say most of the times, the problem is ourselves. We need to be better at executing the product. We need to be better at marketing our sales, communicating ideas, bringing others to our teams. Building a successful company takes years or even decades. And they will realize that there's a very competitive market out there. It's really tough. Consumers are not as easy to bring on board your product. So they have to keep going. And they also will realize that it is not a fantasy. It is not a walk in the park. Raising money is hard. Keeping up with investors is hard. Solving consumer problems or business problems, like giving them the best service, is hard. So they need to focus their energies. They need to do as little as they can in terms of functionality or in terms of the scope of the business, but focus on those things that are critical to the business, and then just bring the best people to their teams so they can help create those larger companies.
Una de las cosas que va a permitir que puedas crear negocios de manera más grande a través de tu vida va a tener que ver con tu capacidad de comunicarte y capacidad de emocionar a las personas de lo que estás haciendo. Puedes tener el mejor negocio enfrente, puedes haber ejecutado, puedes haber hecho las descargas, puedes haber estado monetizando. Si la otra persona del otro lado no se puede emocionar de lo que estás haciendo, va a ser muy difícil que seas exitoso. Entonces, es una lección de esas que se aprenden un día cualquiera como hoy. Por otro lado, se requiere mucho valor para subirte a hablar en un idioma que no manejas, sobre una idea que no estás seguro, enfrente a una audiencia que no conoces. Entonces también guárdatelo y ten por seguro que tienes el valor para enfrentar cualquier cosa en la vida.